Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, always my pleasure. Always.
That's it. Loving it.
Yeah. How you been?
Fantastic, man. Feel good.
Yeah.
Nice little morning sunrise this morning. Bit of a skate.
Yeah. I
Got some
saw
little
that.
pickies put on Insta. Looks good. Feels
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. How good are early mornings?
Bro, it's so different when you're not waking up and going to work.
Yeah.
You know, instead of that whole wake up, get in your car, go to work, drive home, it's dark, and you're like, man, I get to enjoy this shit.
Yeah.
This is what I'm missing out on every time I'm in the car driving to work. This is fantastic, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, heaps different.
Yeah. I guess introduce yourself to all the other fuck ups out there listening.
all
my fellow fuck ups. Who is Joel?
Oh, okay. So basically, my name is Joel Birchley. I'm 34 years young, and man, I'm just like everyone else, man. I'm just learning about life.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. There's no claim to fame. It's just I'm a normal bloke trying to give it a good shove.
Yeah.
So it's me in a nutshell.
I'm in a nutshell. This is why we're friends.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. Man, well, you've had... We're new friends, I guess. We haven't known each other that long, but we've gone deep.
Yeah, straight from the start.
We've gone deep quick.
That's good, eh? Because that's a good bloody foundation for a friendship, really.
It is.
That's sort of like one, there you go. You know, you've got all types of friends and people that you meet throughout your life, and some might be, I've met them at the bloody club or at the pub every Friday night, and you think, oh, you know, but as far as foundations for a friendship, I think going into something deep and that's actually real,
Yeah.
man, that shit bonds you for life.
It does.
So welcome
To
my life.
Thank you. Yeah, and you've had quite a rich journey so far. Quite a lot of life experiences.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good ride. There's been a lot of ups and there's been a lot of downs.
Yeah.
And I guess the path I'm on at the moment is on and up, and being more deliberate in my life. And
Yeah.
dude, it's so good. It's man, yeah. So there's a lot of gratitude going on right now, man. So
Good.
I'm fucking stoked.
Good.
And just feeling shit, man. Just more. I guess it's probably understanding myself.
Yeah.
So that's the journey, you know, and everything that I've had some ups and downs and that, and like, oh fuck, what do I learn from this and what do I learn from that? And but the biggest part, I think, is just really trying to find myself and who I am and the role I play in my life. And oh man, I'm just feeling good.
Good. So in your journey so far, what's something that hasn't really gone to plan?
Fucking lots, man. You know, I've spent so much time fighting shit.
Yeah.
And just like holding on to things that really don't serve me. And oh man, I have played victim roles. I'm fucking good at them.
Yeah.
That's what I've realized. I'm just so good at playing a victim role. Like, why the fuck did that happen to me?
Yeah.
What did I do to deserve this?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, it's why I'm so stoked now is I'm starting to really find these things that I'm doing to myself, and you know, things that I'm like, bro, I created that.
Yeah.
You know, instead of playing that, I'm trying, you know, like I'm in that moment where I'm like, I'm switching from a victim mentality to a more deliberate and in control mentality, and just exploring that, man. And fuck, man, it's crazy. It can be confusing. It's fucking scary. It's emotional.
Yeah.
But I'm a big advocate of self-growth and lean into the uncomfortable. It's easy to run. It's easy to play the fucking victim game, but
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sort of so obsessed with this right now. It's because the control you get back when you switch your mentality. So I'm just on this big mindset change at the moment.
Yeah. So what got you here?
Oh, bro, fuck, dude. I've had some journeys and I've had some things that have sort of happened in my life, and I've always been one to chase things. And I think that's just in my nature. I just, fuck yeah, I get an idea and I run with it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've gone through some chasing money and fucking, you know, like acceptance or being the cool person and doing all this, and just always, you know, trying to like, get acceptance, I guess. And I think it's just really just, like I said, finding yourself and no longer chasing those needs from other people, and just doing my own thing and, you know, dancing by the beat of my own drum.
Yeah.
And
more internal validation.
Yeah.
Than external.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And probably my biggest one what got me here is I fucking felt like I'd just lost everything. I was a super spiritual person for a while, and oh man, I just felt amazing, so in control. I felt it had been there, experienced. I was so content, and when I sort of went down, something sort of sent me off the rails a bit, and I had no idea how to handle it. And I just felt like I just lost everything.
Yeah.
And I was just aimlessly going around for validation, you know, from other things, girls or whatever, normal human being interactions.
Yeah.
And then I found something that could get me validation, and it was business. And it was money. And I just chased that, and the more I chased that, it sort of just numbed every bit of intuition that I had.
Yeah.
And it was pushed to the side, even though my end goal was to find happiness, just all in the wrong places, man. So I did that for years. And I was only just saying this to Eliza the other day about how I'm feeling now. It's been like a good 10 years since I can confidently say I feel amazing.
Yeah.
I feel so in touch and in tune. And it's soft. I'm experiencing this shift, and I'm really just trying to feel it.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at. And it's just like I got to this point where I was working away with my job and my business, and shit was fucked. You know, the dramas of business and money and business partners and employees and family and my partner at the time and my child, you know, and then of 18-hour days and, man, like I said, leaving dark and getting home at dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, I mean, it was fucking long days, man, long days.
Yeah.
And I get a phone call. I get a phone call from my dad, and fuck, I'm feeling it right now.
All right, feel it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm feeling it, and something was different in the tone of his voice, and he's like, "Oh, I went to the doctors today." I was like, yeah, because I got cancer. No. Okay. I don't know if you've ever been told that from your parent. It's fucking soul crushing. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm chasing this fucking money, man, and like just people are passing me. You know, like this is what's important. What's important to me? So it was just this shift of like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I'm chasing business to numb something else because I'm not right myself. So I did that, and it was sort of basically, I got that phone call and I said, you know, I was working away at the moment, and I just said to my business partner, I got to go. Fucking old man's crook. I got to go see him. And at that point, my old man was living by himself, and I thought it was a really quick smack in the face of like, just think about how that person's feeling.
Yeah,
it's my fucking dad, and he's by himself, you know, and he's handling this news by himself. And yeah. And I go there and I spend 4 days, and we don't really talk about it too much.
Yeah.
You know? It's the old mentality of the old fellas. They don't like to talk too much about their feelings.
No, not at all.
Yeah. And it was just, it really just put everything into perspective, like what I was chasing, what was important to me, what my values were, and what I was doing, how that was impacting my life. Was I happy? Fuck no, bro. I was fucking miserable. So that's what happened, man. That was that big shift, a big smack in the face, like, fuck, dude, pull your shit together.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
It's not about money. It's not about this. But that was that rude awakening. But good news for all the listeners. He's all right.
Good.
Still annoying as shit. He's a good bloke. He's my fucking hero.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. That is really good to know.
Yeah. No, really good. Yeah, he got the surgery and everything was fine. He's all clear. He's kicking.
Yeah, good.
So,
but what a I guess what a way to get that perspective though. That shock to the system where, you know, did you feel like you're on autopilot in a way, just like mindlessly pursuing this thing? You weren't. I mean, you and I have had plenty of conversations about, you know, consciously creating your world and creating your reality. Did you feel like you were trying to do that at the time, or you just had this goal and you were on autopilot to get there?
Oh, autopilot, bro. It was what I sort of chased. I got gratification from it. It was feeding my ego, you know, in a way that I didn't have to feel like that's all I had to feel. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I was on autopilot, bro. And that's the beauty of the work that I do now, is really just being deliberate in creating my life.
Yeah.
And being honest with myself, with what really matters to me, what are my values, and what is happiness, you know? Because I guess it's really like we really put like materialism or material possessions and titles on happiness, and it was really just it's so meaningless. Like at the end of it, it's so empty.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need a shift, man. Like I was this such an in tune person, and I was just so distracted by the trauma that I had. It sort of just really pushed me off track.
Yeah.
And I thought it pushed me off track, but it was me that pushed me off track.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this whole thing, man, is like really just going in and like I said, the victim mentality, or just understanding how we work, you know, and really sort of designing my own life.
Yeah.
I'm good at chasing shit, right? Doesn't mean I chase the right shit, but I'm good at chasing it. Yeah. If I've got that obsessive personality.
Yeah.
If I've got an idea in my head, like we've discussed this before about, we'll be on a weekend having a beer on a Friday and think, fuck, that'd be a good idea. By Sunday, we've got 7 domain names, 11 email addresses, and 2.5 employees in China. Well, let's fucking do this, man.
Guilty of that. Yeah.
But imagine taking that obsession,
yeah,
that drive, and designing your life. It's something that you're passionate about.
Yeah. Something
that really drives you in your values, something that's aligned with who you are. Fuck money.
Yeah.
And fuck everything else, man. Like that shit is the only thing that's going to feed me.
Yeah. Yeah. And not putting that energy into a whim.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've done that countless times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And something that I'd heard recently, you know, I've heard my entire life, money can't buy you happiness.
Yeah.
And if you leave the statement there, I don't think it gives you the full picture, because it leaves so many questions. I'm going, yeah, but you know, money can get you these things, that give you this feeling of happiness. Like money can get me that, that holiday, that trip overseas, that new car, that new toy, the nice dinner out, the whatever. Like that money can get me these things, and I've always struggled with that concept. Money can't buy you happiness.
Yeah.
But what I'd heard recently is that what money can get you is pleasure. So, and what's that difference between pleasure and happiness? Because money can get you the car, can get you, the girl, it can get you the holiday, it can fill your life with pleasure. But when you start to understand the difference between pleasure and happiness, that contentment, because pleasure is not contentment. Yeah. Pleasure is that moment. Pleasure is a momentary thing. You feel pleasure in a moment, but then it disappears.
Yeah.
So I need the next hit of pleasure, and then it disappears.
So when you don't have the pleasure, what are you?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's where your happiness comes in.
Yeah.
So you can have a moment of pleasure, be absolutely fucking miserable in your life. You can still have that moment of pleasure. But when that pleasure disappears, exactly, what are you? Are you content? Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Is your soul full? Or when that pleasure disappears, are you miserable?
Yeah.
Are you negative? Are you down? And that's what money can't buy. Money can't buy you contentment. Money can't buy you happiness. Yeah. And it wasn't until recently when I heard that concept, that distinction between pleasure and happiness, that concept that money can't buy happiness actually made sense to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure money's brought you lots of pleasure in life, lots of moments. There's been things you've been able to do that have filled your life with pleasure because you've had the money to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. But like we were discussing this yesterday actually about means and destination. And I guess depends on where they fit in that.
Yeah.
Is it a means to get to somewhere? As far as sort of making money in order to help other people to fulfill your soul.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still within line. But as far as sort of like having money as your destination to create happiness, so empty.
Yeah.
I've had money, had a lot of money, and I've had no money. And guess when I was happiest? Fucking no money.
Yeah.
A fucking van, a surfboard, a guitar, and that was it. The happiest person I'd ever met in my life was myself.
Yeah. Van
you know
life.
what I mean?
Van life.
That was it. And it was sort of like, and that's so funny because, like when I had my business and I had money, I was like, oh, look at this. And I'm so addicted to that rush of like, fuck yeah, dude, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to retire young. Look how easy it is to make money, But that the most miserable I've ever felt. And and it's sort of like, fuck. And that's a good thing because recently I've sort of, this whole COVID thing has been it may have been for other people a very unfortunate time, but for myself personally, it's been a fantastic time.
Yeah.
Really forced to sort of step back and have a look at what you've got, what you don't need, and what do you want to create, what do you want your life to look like. And none of it really involved money. It was just like, it was always, I'll have money and then that will give me the freedom to then do what I like.
Yeah.
So it's like, we'll put your life on hold until we make that money and then you can live your life.
Yeah.
So fucking backwards, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you can make money chasing something that feeds your fucking soul. And that money helps you then create more to feed other people, giving back, living a life in service sort of thing.
Yeah.
But as far as sort of like when I get $1 million, I'll be happy. It's just like, fucking stupid, mate.
Yeah. And like the whole destination and means thing that we were talking about yesterday, the concept, there was a Mark Manson post on social media where, he was saying you should never use people as the means, or a person as the means to get something.
Yeah.
But I guess in the context of what we're talking about, you know, money should never be the destination.
Yeah.
You know, the money can be a means, as you were just saying, like a means to feed your soul,
Yeah.
a means to help other people, a means to have impact.
It's a result, yeah.
But money should never be the destination that you're chasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's sort of like, what's your purpose? To make money.
Mm.
What are you going to do with the money? Like, I understand, like, when you use that money and what you do with that money. Yeah, that's a hard thing, Because I think, what would you do if you won like $80 million, like the lucky person that won that just recently?
Oh,
80 million.
nice.
You know, like, what would you do with it?
Mm.
Do you think about what you could do to help your fellow man, or you've got all this free time now? What can you do with it?
Yeah.
And I love having these conversations with people. Like, what would you do with 80 million? You know, because you really get to understand people's mindsets, and you can really run down that selfish path of being like, oh, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that, rah, rah, rah. And you really start to think like where your head's at. And you know,
what would you do with $80 million?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the thing is you could do so much. You could get so creative, and like $80 million is a lot of money. I couldn't answer that question straight away. It'd be a long session of research on how I could make the best impact. Obviously, set yourself up and your family, like creating generational wealth.
Yep.
You know, that's something I like. I love that idea. But yeah, it'd have to be a big research and a lot of bringing other people in and going like, how can you create something that's just consistently creating more like a return on investment sort of thing, and that's being how I could help other people. You know,
one thing that's always blown me away with, you know, these big wins and lotto wins and stuff. Most people live life on somewhere between say $60,000 and $100,000 a year. If you put $80 million into a bank account, earning just like 3% interest, you can that's hundreds of thousands of dollars a year just in interest without actually blowing the $80 million. It blows my mind how people can go bankrupt after 2 or 3 years of winning, and there's countless stories of it.
Yeah, it'd be that selfish mindset.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Me. How can I change my life? Instead of, you know, how many lives can I influence or impact or help? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but I say that, and the first thing I'd probably do with $80 million is buy a huge
Ferrari.
house, and and a Porsche,
but you got 80 million, so you got a bit to play with.
Yeah, you do have a little.
Buy
bit
a Ferrari, have your little fun.
Yeah,
you know,
and then be socially conscious with the rest.
Yeah, and then just you know, then sit down with some advisors and go.
Okay, with the $2 million I've got left.
Yeah, I have zero experience. Show me the way.
How could I have not spent that $58 million?
Yeah, let that be a lesson learned. Life's full of lessons, mate. What a lesson that would be.
Oh, yeah, yep. I'm sure it'd be a fun lesson, but
yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So you spent time chasing the dollar.
Yeah, bro. It was chasing the dollar. It was. This is another one. You bring back like the 80 million. I can go back to this because how I relate this was, if you'd win $80 million, you do this thing and you go into your head and you go, fuck, what would my life look like? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's so different when you look at your life away from, you don't have financial stresses. And that's totally different on what you think you'd do with life. Oh, I don't have to worry about money? Oh, fuck me. Oh, I want to do this. How does my days look? What do I do every day?
Yeah.
How do I get around? Where do I live? You know, what do my mornings look like? What am I, you know, am I fit? Am I fucking drink beers all day? Whatever it is. But you really get sort of like, you really use your imagination and be like, fuck,
I guess your values would come to the surface, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but you really sort of like get creative with what you want your life to look like, because you got no stresses of money. So I mean, like, that's the biggest stress in this world. You know, it's like everyone's talking about money, and that's our measure of success. And because I relate that now is because I've been there, I've chased that money, I've had a taste of money. Of, you know, I know how easy it is to make. But when you're chasing it, that's the end result, and that's my measurement of success. It's so empty.
Yeah.
And I like the idea now where I change my mindset and I go, what the fuck do I want my life to look like? And I don't have to worry about money. Okay, all right. I love Bali. I love that lifestyle.
Yeah.
How can I create that lifestyle here? So I went out and bought a fucking scooter.
Yeah.
Natural next step is I'm going to go and buy a scooter.
Yeah.
I'm going to start shaping some surfboards, something to do, creative with my hands.
Yeah.
You know, oh, okay, what else do I do in Bali? Oh, okay, so you wake up early, you go down and check the surf, you might go for a surf, and then you sit on the beach and you get a fucking smoothie or a bloody coffee and you sit there and you just appreciate the moment.
Yeah.
And you're there and you go, fuck, how beautiful is this place?
Yeah.
Then you go home and you might sit down and you might read a book and you think, why is that so good there? But then when I come home, I feel so stressed and I feel like I can't create that life. But I never really thought of it. So it was really cool sort of going, well, what do I want my life to look like? And then being like, okay, piece of paper and go, okay, scooter, surfboards. All right, I don't have to worry about money. That's fine. You know, what else do I do with my day? Or I read books, or I meditate, or I do my yoga. And that's what I did. Joined a bloody yoga studio and, you know, started going to gym again. And, you know, by that time, like to add in there, I'd put on 30 kilos doing chasing the money.
Yeah.
Unhealthy, smoked bloody pack of cigarettes a day sort of thing. And then when I had that change, I was like, all right, cool. So I'm healthy.
Yeah.
I go to gym every day. So that's my little avatar person there.
Yeah.
I go to gym every day. When I wake up and I go to yoga and I have my coffee and I go for a surf. You know, I might come home and do a bit of meditation, might read a book, and it's sort of just all about self-love. And, you know, then I got into journaling, and then that's what really brought to light with what I have right now, because we're going to be so focused on what we don't have.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the whole thing with money, is like you're always chasing that thing, and it's just like the more you chase it, the further it gets away.
Yeah.
You know, oh fuck, I'll make 100,000 a year. Oh, not 200,000 a year. Oh, not 300. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're forever trying to chase it. So it was just more like change my mindset of just sort of quality of life. And yeah, dude, man, it just changes things. Hey, it really does. And I guess that's sort of where I'm at right now is being the creator of my own life. And it just it gets me boiling, man. It just like, it energizes me like crazy. You know, just sitting down and appreciating a moment. Like we went for a sunrise this morning, took the skateboard and, you know, just skated around the skate park, and it's beautiful sunrise, and you think, fuck, dude, like what a place we live in. Yeah. You know, look what I've got. Yeah. You know, and I don't need no flash car, aka I don't even have a fucking car. I drive my sister's car. And I'm stoked, you know. Get rid of a $60,000 fucking Range. I don't need that. Yeah. You know, and it's like, when, you know, like go through the wardrobe, clean the room, bloody clean things out, declutter.
Kind of minimalize.
Yeah, minimalistic. And like what actually matters is when you actually sort of start going through, sifting through all those things, and you're like, well, fuck me. I had so much stuff that I didn't even need. Yeah. So many things I was worrying about that I didn't need. And like what makes me happy? Spending time with my family. Okay, so I catch up with my mum and my dad, my sisters and that, you know. And we started with the boys in the family, boys fucking fishing trip, we call it. So every year we get all the boys together. That's all cousins and everyone that's married into the family. Just an opportunity, like, you know, to get all the boys together and just spend some quality time together, because everyone gets their own lives as you get older and they do their own thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you know, I got a family occasion, non-occasion is what we call it. I started this one as well. And it was about just getting all the family together. Yeah. You know, uncles and aunties and grandmas and granddads and their children. And like our families are growing, we're getting older. Everyone's got kids, grandkids, great grandkids sort of thing.
Wow. Yeah.
And getting everyone together. And then, but yeah, then it all comes from that whole, like what makes you happy, you know, and it really just understanding that, really driving into what makes you happy. And you'll be surprised in what you can create now And you'll be surprised in what you have now.
Yeah.
Opposed to looking at things like, oh, okay, I need this and this and this in order to create this. Man, you'd be surprised, man. Like I've recently done an exercise with myself that was, you know, like what my dream life looks like, and then I'm like, fuck, bro, I'm living it now. Like,
Yeah,
you know, and
that's
then
unreal.
I oversee those things. You know, I'm guilty as the next, you know, but it's like it's a journey. It's a forever working on it, and it just gets better and better and better because then you start realizing what you have, and then it's like, oh, well, I don't need these stresses. Like these, they don't serve me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
like.
So what does that free you up to then do? Because we've talked about the fact that you're a very driven person. You know, you've got that natural instinct to chase things. But stripping away all that stuff that's unnecessary, minimalizing your life, focusing on the things that are really important to you. What does that free you up to do?
That's a really good fucking question. Yeah, that's so funny, man. Because I haven't worked as far as going to a job and receiving money for close to 2 years now, which, you know, it's all good because I worked my fucking ass off to get to that point, right? So
Yeah.
enjoy the fruits of your labor. So I've been on this self-paid sort of holiday of like, what do I want to do? And that, dude, it has been that long where I'm just like, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? And I guess it's sort of more so I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
And that's it. I guess that's probably where my journaling, my gratitude comes in, is because I'm forever looking for something that I should be doing. And so I've got all this free time and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy this moment.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by this whole COVID thing's been really good because, can't travel.
Yeah.
I like traveling.
Yeah, and that's been a big part of your lifestyle.
It has definitely been a big part of my lifestyle, and being forced to not be able to travel has been a blessing
Yeah.
because it's sort of like stop, calm down, enjoy the moment. And then that's what life's about.
Yeah.
We spend our whole lives chasing something. Chasing something we don't have. How fucking stressful does that sound? Just just saying that. I'm just like, oh fuck, like I run at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it's been my thing is being able to chill the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Enjoy the moment. So my journaling, my meditation, it's been really good for that.
Yeah.
And it's something I have to include. And I've been fucking loving having that in my morning routine. Trying to get it in my nighttime routine too, but I get a little bit of distractions to that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been really good.
Yeah, force feeding people to eat chocolate, so I hear.
Chocolate's my weakness, mate. Or it's my strength. I take strength. I'll choose that one over weakness. Yeah, dude, I like chocolate.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're fucking weird. Weird's good though.
Yeah,
I like weird.
Yeah. I went plant-based with my diet about 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, good on you.
And thanks. It's chocolate's probably the one thing. Like I don't miss a steak. I don't miss chicken.
Oh, you mean like as in vegan?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
More than plant-based. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I haven't eaten any animal product in 2 years.
Right.
But chocolate's the one thing.
Dude, why would you do it to yourself?
Like real chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean, you get vegan chocolate. There's one that's probably close.
Yeah.
That I've had, but yeah, if I miss anything, it's chocolate.
Yeah.
And milk powder is in everything.
Yeah.
Like everything. You pick up a packet of I had a kid at work that had a packet of kettle chips, salt and pepper kettle chips, and not just the normal sea salt ones, salt and pepper. Fucking milk solids in it.
Yeah, right.
Where's the fucking milk solids in salt and pepper chips? But yeah,
there's no shortage.
So that's been. I think they must use it as like a binding agent or a thickener or something, but it's in everything.
Yeah,
so
okay.
But yeah, no, I do miss a bit of chocolate.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
My kids are obsessed with Nutella.
Yeah, as you would.
And and I think not having had dairy for so long, I'm making them a Nutella sandwich. You get a little bit in your finger and you're like, I want to lick it. I really want to lick it.
I just want to put it in my mouth. Do you do it?
No.
Just a little bit?
No, I'm worried.
No. Here, answer this question. Do you smell it?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Just a big, long, drawn-out sniff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But actually, it smells a bit acidic to me now. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know what it is about it. But
do you reckon you could ruin your taste buds? Like, if you just deprive it for that long, your body's like, nah, fuck you.
Well, yeah. Taste buds only live for 21 days.
Say what?
Your taste buds only live for 21 days.
Wow.
So after 3 weeks, like if you eliminate salt from your diet, which you should not do not eliminate salt from your diet. You need that shit for your cells to work. But if you were to eliminate salt from your diet, food would taste weird for the first 2 to 3 weeks. But after that, all the taste buds you have are new. They've never experienced salt before. So that 3 week marks kind of that sweet spot to change your tastes.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Something I didn't know. Thanks
Yeah.
for that lesson.
No worries.
I'll use that one.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Push
Next
through
family dinner. I'll be like, hey, Mum, Dad, did you know that? I think you'll find.
Yeah. It is. My brain is full of useless fucking information like that.
Good. You're the mate to take to a trivia night.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But yeah. Okay. So Joel is creating his old world, but you did say something before, which I think is quite important, is that you had put in the work to get yourself to a point where you are financially stable to be able to do this.
Yes and no. I mean, yes and no. I have things in play for sure. But other than that, it's more I know it'll come. So I don't sort of, every now and then I do get a little bit of a, oh, fuck. I try not to look at my bank account, man, to be honest.
I pray. I do the same. I just pray my card works.
Yeah.
Will it work this time?
Yeah, no, like, I've put some money in places that have made me some money, which is good, which is fantastic. I mean, that's how money should work. You invest in something and that gives you back something else. And then, but I understand the whole cycle of money and, it's an exchange of giving and receiving. So I have no problems with spending money and investing in myself or investing in other things, knowing that it'll pay off.
Yeah.
So I guess the answer to that question would be, yes. I have got enough money that I don't worry about it. As far as finance, I'm pretty sweet. So, which is awesome because before I was like, it's not enough. But now I'm like, I got nowhere near what I did have. I can tell you that. But I know it'll come. Yeah. And, I'm confident. I believe that it'll come around, man.
Yeah.
I'm not too fussed about it. It'll work out. I have my intention with what I want to do, and it'll work out. How? I don't quite know, but I'm okay with that. So it's just sort of like, and that allows me to be more present and enjoy what I'm doing right now. Yeah. And you know what? Like at the end of the day, like I always had this saying when I sort of shut up my business is I'll go broke before I go back working. And it's sort of just that mentality of it's just a number on a fucking screen, bro. Like it doesn't really do anything. I've never seen the money. It's never been physical cash. I've got no emotional attachment to it.
You've never laid on a bed of $100 bills and like
Monopoly,
like cash angels.
No cash angels, mate. No, but it's good when you sort of got that. Like I've always sort of been like that, and that's the fucking weird thing. It spins me out. Is I've never had an attachment to money. some may say that I'm bad with money, but it was just more about I valued my time more than I valued money. And when I shifted that and chased the money, it was so fucking out of line that it just surprises me that I actually done that, you know, because I was never about that. Like I was always about time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I mean, the good thing is out of that business, fuck, it taught me how to work. It did. It really brought in my work ethic, and that I can be thankful for. There's a lot of things I'll be thankful. There was a lot of shit parts that I didn't enjoy, but I needed to learn them. I needed to experience them because I know what is coming up in my future. They're the things that I've learned in my past. So I'm grateful for that for sure.
Yeah. Because I think, I mean, I'm shit with money. And I know where that's come from as well. Like my whole attitude to it. My stepdad was very, very obsessed with. He was very, very frugal. He had a ledger. You know, every single cent was accounted for. You know, if mum didn't have a receipt for something she'd purchased on the credit card, she was in trouble. The sole focus in life was paying off the mortgage. That was it. I was the eldest of 5 kids at home. You know, takeout was $2 worth of hot chips. Now, when I was a kid, $2 worth of hot chips was like fucking this.
Was a shitload, no?
Oh man, it
is not that now.
No,
inflation's a bitch.
$2 worth of hot chips. Yeah. But I guess that experience shaped me in a way that I think I rebelled against financial responsibility. And I've had someone in my life give me shit because I'll always buy my kids good shoes. And I know that that's a trauma response to my childhood where, you know, Mum always pushed to get us the best that she could, but it was a fight all the time. And I don't want my kids to have that experience. Like if we were to go out for hot chips, then, you know, the kids, if they want, you know, fish or calamari or, you know, potato scallop, yeah, fucking, I get it. You know, I'll buy them nice shoes. I don't want them to have the same experience that I've had. My phone's on Do Not Disturb and it rang.
Through your watch.
That's naughty. Very naughty. Yeah, I guess I rebelled against it in the wrong way. And finances is an area that I've completely fucked up in my life because I didn't have that balance to go. I haven't respected it.
Yeah. I
haven't respected it. So I'm not in a position where I can just go, might not work for 2 years. Well, I guess that concept of creating a life that you love and that you want and money being a part of that. I mean, what would you say to people that are in a position that they do need to work? They do need to, I'm a single dad, 3 kids. Yeah. I don't have financial security.
Yeah.
There obviously has to be a way that I need to manage both.
Yeah. And this is such a good segue. Watch Gary Vee for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
He'll get you on. He'll get you pumped to try, think outside the fucking box, mate.
Okay. Yeah.
This is a really good segue. So I'm going to share a little story with you.
Story time.
Story time. So, all right. So it is, I am in my life of the ripe age of, what was I? 22. I'm 22 years old. I'm working, Monday to Friday. I'm a machine operator and I'm making shit fucking money. I just moved down from Mackay to Sunshine Coast. I was horrible money. And I move into this new house, and I'm like, new housemate. I meet her for the first night, and we get along like a house on fire. And we get on the piss the first night, and we go, no, let's fucking go around the world. So we're like, yeah, fuck it, let's go around the world. This will be fun. Yeah, fucking nice. Yeah, I want to travel. Yeah, I want to go to Canada. I want to go snowboarding. And that's what set it off. So we're like, yeah, okay, cool. All right, so how are we going to do this? How are we going to make money? And I said, I've got fucking no money. And so what we did was I had my van, my trusty little van. My old boy had a van at the time too. So on the weekends, we'd grab both my van and my old man's van, and we'd drive to where they'd done the council roadside pickup. You know what that is? You know, like you've got the calendar out and everyone gets all their stuff, unwanted goods, and they put it out onto the front of the lawn, and the council come past, pick it up.
Yeah. The biannual treasure hunt.
The treasure hunt, yeah. Yeah. So we would jump in the vans and would follow around wherever they were, which was pretty cool. So every weekend we did this, and we went down and picked stuff out. We go, what do you reckon we could sell this? So we'd load up both the vans full of shit, and we're driving home, and then we're on the Sunday just having a couple of beers and just sort of like lightly cleaning stuff up. And then the following Sunday we'd go to the markets, $20 to get a market stall.
Yeah.
And we'd set up shop and we'd sell these goods. And long story short, that's how I went around the fucking world, man.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, like I almost made more money doing that.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, I did make more money doing that than I did working my job.
Yeah.
And, you know, believe it or not, the best selling goods were prams. Prams and baby gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
lots of single mamas on the sunny coast.
Just, you know, like having a baby shower and you just
Single
get like
mum central.
spoilt with goods. So, I mean, we're doing these stalls, and we had brand new baby outfits, shoes, you fucking name it, that had tags still on it.
Yeah.
And my thing was I'd cross out how much it was, and I'd 50% off. I was selling baby shoes for like $50 a pop, leather baby shoes. And like, I'm like, bro, people buying these for $100? That's bullshit. So
crazy.
Put $50 on it, and everyone's like, oh, that's fantastic. These prams, like strollers, just normal strollers, you know, that have been used for 2 months. You know, a couple of times been taken out the boot to stroll the kid around the shopping centre or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and this young girl with a newborn comes up to me and goes, oh, look at that, you got all these prams. Oh, that's so good. Oh, my pram's shit. You know, I got this as a gift. And it was one of those 3-wheeler prams, the run behind ones.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, I can't even unfold the fucking thing. You know? It's so difficult. I just need a stroller like this. How much for the stroller? I said, $50. She goes, oh, fantastic. Here's $50. Do you want this 3-wheeler pram? What do you mean? She's like, oh, you can have it. It was just a present anyway. Give it to me. I'll scan it, look it up, and it's like $500 fucking pram. Oh, no. It was over $1,000. I sold it for $500. That fucking very day. You know? So, and it's like, think outside the fucking box, man. Like, even now, I go, oh, okay, if my money gets to this point, I'm going to have to go and get a job just to support me. What can I do? I'm a machine operator. You know, I've run some businesses. I know how to operate machines. Okay, cool. So, righto. So I'll get a contact for this civil construction company, and I contact them and I go, hey, I'm, introduce myself, my background, and my experience. And I say, if you ever need someone to fill in for a day or two a week, you know, for sickies or for holidays or just for an extra hand on the ground, give us a holler. $50 an hour, ABN. And, well, you know, the fucking next day he's like, oh, mate, that'd be fantastic. Because I understand the concept behind having a business and having someone down, how much drama that can create. And I thought, fantastic, I can alleviate that stress. $50 an hour, I can go out for a day and make $500 in the hand. And I go, how much money do you need to live? You know, and by me stripping back what I don't need and just focusing on what I do need, like, I've been fortunate enough that my sister's had a spare car sitting around, so she's like, oh, you can drive it? So I'm like, yeah, sweet. So I sold my $60,000 Ranger and I drive hers around. Yeah. And I've got a scooter, you know, $800 for a scooter. It's fucking $4 a week on fuel when I ride it. you know, or I got a push bike and I ride that around. But
Yeah.
that's the cool things is like half that shit you got in your life you don't need. Like as far as you need to own a home. Who says you need to own a home?
Mm.
You know, there's so many things, and it's just really designing. Like, you know, when you chase that extravagant life of I have a $600,000 home, I have a $60,000 car, my kids go to this school, you know, I wear these type of clothes, and this will cost money, and that's the life you're designing.
Yeah.
But that's not the life I'm designing. I don't need that.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly happy and fine just concentrating on the things that I like doing, and it's not going to work. As far as working in that industry, doing what I was doing, doesn't feed me. I'm perfectly fine with just, I've got a Great Wall, you know, the Chinese car. Yeah. So I drive one of them around.
Yeah.
And that's fine. So I guess it's just more, what do you want your life to look like, and that's it. It's like, what do you want your life to look like, and understanding what you have to do in order to create that life, and if that actually aligns with what you actually want.
Yeah, so I guess that's the other side of the equation, isn't it? One side is having the income, but the other side is managing the expense. And what you've done is in the middle, you've looked at, okay, what's the life that I want? And you know, I've been told my entire life I need to live within my means.
Yeah. How's that going?
I'm still learning.
We all are.
Yeah, so I guess it's a matter of, you know, in the middle is, what does that life look like?
Yeah.
You know, what are your values? Is your value having that $100,000 sports car? Is that, you know, value living in a big house on, you know, on a waterfront canal somewhere, and having a boat and all that kind of stuff, and what that life looks like is going to dictate what needs to happen on this side of the equation.
Yeah.
If you really get down to, like we were saying, like, do those things bring you happiness?
Yeah, exactly.
Or do those things just bring you moments of pleasure? And can you get those moments of pleasure in other ways?
Yeah.
You know, do you need to own? Most people that own boats take them out once or twice a fucking year.
Yeah.
Do you need to have
How much is it to rent one for a day?
Yeah.
How much does it cost you a year? How much money do you lose in depreciation?
Yeah.
Fuck me, man. Like, that's the fucking shit thing is, like, people will spend thousands and thousands of dollars to go and live poorer than they do at home on a holiday, and they go, fuck, isn't this just good? Don't have to worry about work.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about this.
Yeah, chuck a tent in the back of the ute and go up the beach.
Yeah. Why the fuck don't you do that when you're at home?
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah. My kids would love to camp out in the backyard.
Yeah, dude.
Because they still have Wi-Fi.
I've lived in my van of multiple times, and you know, they're happy times. I fucking pull up on it's so funny. Sarah's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what do you do this all the time? I'm like, bro, I reverse up to a beach with $1 million views with a bottle of red that cost me $4.
Yeah.
And a guitar that I've had for years.
Yeah.
And I'll sit there and just strum the guitar and drink a wine and enjoy the scenery and where I am. And
it's about the experience, not about
in a van that cost me fucking $800.
Yeah.
You know? And these are the things that you go, oh wow, it's the simple things in life. I mean, it's a saying for a reason. It is the simple things in life, because they're the things that you pay thousands and thousands of dollars to do overseas, but you come home and it's like, oh, all of a sudden I need $1,100 a week in order to survive. So it's really, cutting back that bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, what are you trying to feed? What are you trying to prove? Prove to who?
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess as like you're a dad, yep. I'm a dad. You know, what are we teaching our kids then? What are we perpetuating as life goes forward and building for them? I guess it's an important thing to get a grasp on now. Because like if as parents, if we're chasing constantly this unachievable goal of just things and the latest and this cycle that never ends. Our kids are seeing that from the start. That's the lifestyle that they're gonna have drilled into them.
Yeah. It's influence, hey. You don't even need to say it to people to influence people. That's so cool.
Yeah,
just from your actions. That's 100%. 100%. Yeah.
So what are some practical, if you're talking to somebody that's facing this dilemma in their life, they're like, fuck, I'm just chasing shit that does not make me happy. I have a life that I don't love. I'm a slave to income. I'm bogged down with expense, and I'm leaving in the dark. I'm coming home in the dark. I've got no quality of life. I'm not loving my life. What are some very practical things that you can suggest to people to start to move towards the life they're going to love?
Well, first is making a decision to change instead of being like, I hate this, but that's the way it is.
Yeah.
So I guess that's always the first thing is one, I mean, if you're at a position where you're like, I don't like my life, I think I could live a better life, I'm a slave to this and that, blah, 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 blah. You're already at a point where you're like, I've had enough. So that's one thing. Yeah. Recognizing that you're in a shitty position is one thing. Making a decision to change something is a total different one.
Yeah.
Because that involves action. Saying something's totally different, mate.
Yeah, you can have the awareness.
Yeah.
But if you don't take action.
Yeah, well, what is it?
It's for nothing.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm in a shit position. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's the first one is making a decision and going, I am going to change it. So that then goes to the next step of what do I want my life to look like? And this is where it gets really confronting of like, what do I want my life to look like and why? So then there's a lot of searching and we're like, okay, why? Why do I want a mansion? Why do I want this car? And so I guess that's the next one. And then the biggest one is sort of another one is, people want to understand then how they got in that position. So another big one is sort of, you need to get a grasp and understand how you got in that position. And then the biggest one is, you know that you have a choice and being deliberate. I mean, we're surrounded by opportunity all day, every day. We don't need to take them all. And the biggest lesson is being able to go, does it align with what I'm wanting to create? I was saying this the other day, and it's like as if when you make a decision, it's as if the universe goes and it fucking tempts you. You know what I mean? Do you really want this? Yeah. I want to buy a red fucking four-wheel drive of this and that. They're like, I've got a green one. Or, I've got this or that. Probably not a very good example. I can give an example. Okay, so this is a real life example.
Yeah.
I made a decision that when I made this decision that I would chase a passion and purpose to inspire people to create their dream lives.
Yeah.
Not purely anything other than I just wanted to inspire people, right? And I knew once I'd made that decision that there would at some point be other opportunities that would come up that would tempt me otherwise.
Yeah.
And fair enough. A couple of days later, I get a couple of phone calls from some mining jobs, 150, 160,000 a year, week on, week off sort of roster, fly in, fly out. Really good money, though, and that's my background, right?
Yeah.
So I can get back in my old industry. I'm like, stability. I could get holidays, or I could do this, get me more finance to buy some houses or whatever. And that's that temptation. I'm like, fuck, look, No, because that doesn't align with what I'm wanting to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you start sort of picking this, that, and everything that's presented to you, yeah, this fucking like just a bird's nest of fucking things, and you go, how the fuck did I even get here? Because I mean, you're just doing this and this and this. You're not being deliberate with if it aligns with what you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
So if you're wanting to create a minimalistic lifestyle where you surf every day and you chill out, you might homeschool your kids and all this. I mean, you're going to have a criteria of like, okay, in order to do that, I need to have this, do this and I do this and I do that, and it'll allow me to create that. And if something comes up that's going to stop you from doing that, why the fuck would you take it? Even if it meant, here's a job that could give you $300,000 a year, and you go, oh, well, if I do that job for 10 years, then that'll give me enough savings to do this, and then I can create that life. Bro, you just fucked up. You know what I mean? Like you
and what damage is that going to do in the process? I remember seeing a job advertised for a counsellor, because that's part of my background. It was a FIFO job, counselling FIFO workers who have lost family and relationships from the FIFO lifestyle.
Yeah.
And here I am with a young family reading this job ad going, all right, so that turns me into a FIFO worker.
It's a little bit contradicting, isn't it?
Who's going to counsel me when I lose my family because of my FIFO lifestyle?
Well, it's a circle, mate. Circle of life.
Yeah. But, So I guess what you're saying is choose the opportunities that align with your authenticity and your truth and what you're trying to create. Don't just take every opportunity that comes your way.
100%. 100. It's so true, man. It's more so getting in the mindset of, you have a choice of everything. We have choices for absolutely everything. We have a choice on how we react to people. We have a choice on who we love. We have a choice on who we date. We have a choice on, it even goes, like even when you go into the whole dating thing as well. And it's sort of like you have values there, but people will choose to be with someone else because then they don't have to feel lonely anymore or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And then go, why didn't it work out? It didn't align from the start, bro. What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you created this because you knew. You knew deep down, your intuition was going, mate, you're doing this out of insecurities or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But it doesn't align.
Yeah.
So why waste your time, your energy on something that doesn't align in the first place? If it doesn't fit that criteria, it's okay, let it go. Yeah. And that's a beauty because my mindset on when I got that job opportunity for the mines is and I deliberately have this mindset of, wow, that was hard. It was tempting. I'm not going to lie. It was fucking tempting, but it doesn't align. And I was excited to politely decline the position.
Yeah.
And I thought, whoa, how beautiful. Because for all I know, there's a guy that's perfect for the position. And he's, whatever position he is in life, and that's, and it aligns with his goals.
Yeah, maybe that is his alignment.
And here I am just been like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not today, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
That one's mine.
And then 2 months down the track, me going, fuck, what have I done?
Yeah.
This didn't align from the start. What am I doing? Because I am that kind of person. If it doesn't align, it's like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you become flogging a dead horse. You know what I mean? And it's like you're trying to make that circle fit in a square, but it's not going to fit, mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Old square fair, like the guy down in the corner, it'll fit for him.
Yeah.
So for me, I go, it's not for me, and I pass it on. And so this next guy might get the phone call and be like, oh, we've got a job. And he goes, fucking yes.
Yeah.
And it changes his life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I go, I declined it, but I may have just changed someone's life.
That is an amazing way to look at it.
How fantastic is that?
Yeah.
You're welcome, buddy.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of life is you don't have to take everything.
Yeah. Because if you're grabbing an opportunity that's really not for you, you're actually nabbing somebody else's opportunity.
It can be, has the potential for sure.
Yeah. Whoa.
Ex-missus the same, like fucking, you know, it doesn't work this and she's a bitch of that, man, she might be the perfect woman for someone else.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
Yeah.
So who are you to fuck that up, and who are you to take that away from her? You know?
Nabbing somebody else's happiness.
Yeah, and you're not just damaging yourself, you're damaging her, you fucking prick. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and it can get that way. Yeah. And I deliberately choose to see that as in like, fuck, dude, I may have just changed someone's life.
Yeah.
I'll take that because that makes me feel better. And that serves me way better than thinking, of course I get the fucking, you know, it's only when I make a decision that I'm going to follow this path, and then next minute I'm presented with an opportunity. Of course it's going to fucking, thanks, Mr. Universe, you fuckhead, you know. It's like, victim mentality. It's easy to go that way. Yeah. Definitely. But it's a lot more deliberate, and it serves me better to think that I've helped the next person. Yeah. It's an amazing perspective from way to look at it. Yeah. So, I mean, when you start looking at that shit, fuck, you can get so deep and... You know? And then that's... Yeah. And then that's what I mean. It comes into... That aligns with what I want my life to look like. Yeah. And it lines up with my values. Yeah. Makes me feel good. You know, I'm doing my part. And I'm being deliberate with what I'm creating. So in that space, even though it might be a complete joke and some fella might do the same thing or whatever, but I'm choosing what I want to feel and what I want to create by simply just saying that. I just helped someone. I just gave old mate his perfect job that he's been for 2 years trying to get in, and he's been out unemployed and fucking almost bankrupt, and his wife's about to leave him, and 2 kids are like, Dad, why have I only got Nikes and not Adidas shoes? These Nike Air 2s are out of date, Dad.
I want the TNs.
Yeah. I wish you were more like the guy that comes over on Thursdays when you're at the pub. Huh? You know?
Uncle Gary.
Yeah, Uncle who? You know what I mean? Like, when you think of it like that, you know, when you think, fuck, dude, and that's even just thinking about it now just makes me. I overcome with like tingles. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. And I hope that person, whoever got that job, good on you.
You're welcome.
No, don't thank me. That's fucking, you deserved it.
All right. So, any parting words of wisdom from Uncle Joel?
Uncle Joel.
Uncle Joel.
Uncle Joel.
Not the Uncle Joel that comes over on Thursdays while Dad's at the pub.
Yeah. I guess my parting message would be this. Be deliberate. Be deliberate. That you can't really get any more than that than just being deliberate with what you're wanting to create. Yeah. Don't take the victim mentality and just really get creative. Fuck, dude, you live once. Yeah. You might live twice. I don't know. I haven't been there. Maybe I have. Don't know. If I have, fuck yeah. Yeah. What a cool thing. And it's just, fuck, dude. Life's here to be enjoyed, man. You're here to have a fun time, and you know that's what it's all about. Yeah. So create your happiness, man. Don't think it's going to fall in your lap. It's up to you. You know, like you're in charge of your own life. You know, so be deliberate. Be deliberate. Create your own world. Create it. I mean, that's what we do. We create our own reality. So if you don't like it, change it. And only you have the power to do that. Stop waiting for someone else to be like, oh, fucking pick your act up, cunt. You know, just fucking do it, man. Like, have fun with it. Enjoy life, dude. Good message. It is. It's a good message. I hope so. Yeah, it's a good message. Well, man, thank you for coming on. Thanks, mate. And lastly, shout out to Ava Stone, my daughter. That'd be fun. Yeah. 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 She likes to talk too. So. Anyway, have to do a daddy and daughter episode. Oh, mate. That'd be funny. She says some weird shit. Oh, they do, man. She's my daughter, so she's got my personality, man. They're all over. Yeah. But yeah, good message, bro. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, man. Love spending time with you. Love chatting. Yeah, you're a good dude, man. Thank you. So are you. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that's a wrap. See you later, everyone. Bye.